And I'm assuming it will definitely snow. I hope it doesn't go too south. So anyway, just doing one more incognito. They do the same thing as last night. So I'm told which way to turn. So if I turn, all of a sudden it's because we have to mess up people who think they control people on the streets. It's hard to explain. I know it's hard to believe if you're a normal person, but area Barbuzzo Verde. Barbuzzo's open. I'd love to go out for lunch, you know, to a restaurant, but again, saving money. Right, I would have, in the past, I would have come up here to Army Navy. They got rid of Army Navy store, and they would have stuff on surplus and everything. I forgot about that. And I would have gotten some heavy duty gloves for this issue on Monday. So anyway, but check out Seattle. It's like city and nature walks or whatever. I'll have to look them up, and I might like put them in a mention or something on my channel, just because every once in a while I go back. This is the time period right around now. I go back and I watch that video because it's just, you know, it's amazing to watch. So anyway. This has been really, this is the, right, Mona, right. Sort of like Mona Lisa, and of course with the flowers and the blooms and everything. I love this look. Like if I ever had a home, I would want to adopt this look, you know. It's very Tuscan-ish, you know. And anyway, I think of Mona Lisa. I actually knew someone named Lisa. I kind of know her. We don't really talk these days, but years ago she came out here from Portland, Oregon for a visit. We met online through like OkCupid. But she wanted to visit the fire museum, and Philadelphia has a history in firefighting, and she's a firefighter in Portland. I guess it runs in her family, her blood, she was saying. And she can handle it, you know. She's a big scar on her shin from having to learn how to lift up manhole covers. There's a whole test that you have to go through, and women still have to pass the same test as men, and this, that, and the other. I don't know if, is it curved a little bit for women? So anyway, Lisa Knight, like a white knight in shining armor. So K-N-I-G-H-T. So she's sort of, in a way, she gets featured a little bit because she's female. And right. So one of these days, if I ever make it out there, I might like try to hit her up and say, could I stop by for a visit and get a tour of the firehouse? You know, she does a lot of traveling. You know, they have interesting hours, like you can rack up a whole bunch of overtime and stuff like that. And she'll, you know, she'll wind up with like 14 days off or like a month off because she did so much overtime for other people. That's what I remember. And she's done things like gone to Haiti back when they had a hurricane. So she does a lot of relief efforts and stuff like that. I guess we'll go across. I've been dying to know what's at the corner here. This used to be a Tower Records like years ago. It was always like a record music place. Then it turned to a craft store place. Oh, Center City District. They just have a lot of decor up for some reason. It looked more interesting, but it's a center. Oh, it's police. Right. I thought it was more interesting because of the decor. They have snake plants in there. That makes sense. Right, we'll do. Alright, well, someone helped them with their decor then. So we'll hand it to them. It is Philadelphia, so they're all about the show. So I think Lisa Knight got the guys into some vegetarian food like once a month or once a week. They went through like a vegetarian like time period. They still have this fencing up. That's from the Mummers Parade. I guess it's taken them a while to take it down unless they expect the Eagles to, I don't know what the Eagles are doing these days. So, right. They had a winning streak. I don't know if they expect them. Would they use this for the Eagles, or they just let people Anyway, it takes them forever, I heard, to take down these barricades. I don't know why. It's just the way they handle it, and it's cold and you know, whatever. Keep going straight, or there's the old Coke truck. Like, it's just the classic. You can't help but love the Coke trucks. And that's how they sell so much, because it looks so good. Of course, I don't drink soda at all, just because it wreaks havoc on the body, particularly mine. I don't want to wind up with diabetes. But I too love the Coke truck, you know, like, and that's magic. That's advertising at its best, right? They will never leave that look and that feeling of that truck, you know what I mean? So, you know, I used to joke, like, when I grew up, I drank a lot of Pepsi. It was just, people didn't think about sodas like they do now. Back then, it was just sort of like, I don't know. It would be more of an issue later when they saw the ramifications on kids' bodies and stuff like that. I'm all the way over in nature land of raw vegan green juicer. I'm not totally perfect on green juicing and all that. I can't afford it. But I eat very lightly, and I try to stick with non-GMO. And if I desperately need like a feeling of a soda, I would go with Zevia or Hanson's, although on occasion I get Ice Plus Caffeine, which is a sparkling water. It's, you know, Whole Foods wouldn't love that I have that, so but every once in a while I just want to break. We're talking 7 years of like being perfect, and after a while, you know, I worried about being such a vegan that I'm not sure if my muscles did or didn't grow, because some people think that you need meat protein, but anyway, I'll always be a yogic vegetarian, vegan mostly, except for yogurt, which I haven't had much of lately. Vegan yogurt's too expensive, the non-dairy. So anyway, here we are. I was thinking about the Philly captain the other day. I don't catch too much of him. He's got a whole thing. He's got a really good viewership. Philly has a lot of people, you know, and who would identify with, you know, Philly has a huge working class population. A lot of people who don't have, you know, the money or means to do certain things. It is, in a way, it's sad, because in a way, people should be able to have more. And I don't know how people wind up sort of traversing. You know, I grew up in the